Hello, everybody. I haven't made a astrology related video for a very long time. The reason is with the consciousness shift to the 5D, the things are much more complicated than it looks and it as it feels like. Um, but very good news is that I begin to understand astrology a little bit better of a 5D understanding standpoint. We already on the pre-shadow period of Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde, as we know, it's the one that controls the communications. He's the messenger of God. The reason he's a messenger out of God, it's the energy that comes in from outer space. It's transferred through the sun, and from the sun, the very first planet, which is the fastest spinning planet, it transferred that energy very quick, very fast, and this is how we're getting our energy field change. To remind you, the astrology comes in from whatever is happening in the stars, how they are affecting on us. Why? Because the astrologers, they knew that by moving the planet, they're creating a gravitation field, which is a magnetic field, and that magnetic field creates vibrations, and those vibrations have to affect on everybody, not only me, not only you. They're just the way they are, and they present themselves like the guy who knows and predicts the weather is gonna say tomorrow's gonna rain. It may rain, it may not, right? But at least they know the rain is coming. It's gonna rain somewhere, someplace, at some time. So to begin with this, uh, it's very heavy on this period of Mercury retrograde because it's in Pisces, and that Mercury retrograde is going to finish at some point. I would like to give it, a little credit to a co-worker of mine. We have the same thing that she does. She's an astrologer, and I just posted this. As you see, this is the calendar for Mercury retrograde. You can go ahead and find it on Facebook. If you don't know how to get into my Facebook, if you open up my channel, right in here in the corner, there is a link that says Facebook, and you can go ahead and see this. I would like to give a credit to Deborah Clement for making it this. This has always been helping you and guiding me throughout the years when I was doing the astrology. As we're looking at today, today is the 10th of February. We're already into the pre-shadow period. As you see, it's a pink. That is the pre-shadow period when the energy kind of like begins to fulfill itself. And on the 16th, Mercury is gonna turn retrograde, officially and retrograde, which is gonna be in a week from now. So he's gonna be a retrograde for about 3 weeks, a little bit over, and then we are going to have the after shadow period, which is after the 17th of March. We're gonna begin to feel that crazy energies of wherever it's gathered to teach us, it's gonna go away. But the question is what's happening right now we're talking about into the dimensions. We're talking about of what the situations is. Just to remind you, I have no idea where I left my marker. I have to see it on and fall down. Okay. What is a Mercury retrograde? So, from looking at it from the standpoint of the stars, the planet moves direct motions. At some point, it stops. It turns into a retrograde. Because it's turning back. and 10, it stops. Then goes forward. So where is the lesson begin? If you look at it, the whole lesson and the whole message is between those 2 points of the time of the stopping. So this is the pre-shadow period. This is the retrograde and this is the after shadow period. So, Sensitive and Spices, we are going to be learning a part for the spirit, soul, spirituality, religion, and so on. That's involved is the part of us. Since you know it, that this is going to happen, the way this works is the lesson, it begins to be coming in at this point. Right out of this point, you're going to have some visions, you're going to have something that you're going to learn. So from here to here, that is going to be your inner message of what you're going to study. Once this is stopped, we're going to put this as a point A. This is the point Z. Once you begin to study, it's going to be the messages to you that could be a daydream, somebody gives you a book, somebody talking to you. However, you're learning this. When you begin to at this point of Z, you think, soon as coming right here, you're finished with the lesson. No, you understand what the lesson is. Now it's the time you to perform it. And right in here, you have to perform the whole this part of it. What is the Mercury does though? The Mercury what it does is interrupting the communications. When it's interrupting the communications, in 3D, that is the part when you have fights in relationships, you begin to be silent treatment. You begin to be not communicating, like you don't want to talk. And also for the 3D, that it's very important, you're gonna feel the anger. Very dangerous part right here, it's the anger. In the 4D, you learn the vibes. So since you know the vibes, we also have the ego. You're gonna inheriting everything that the 3D is already inheriting. You're gonna look at it in here of what's going on, and he's gonna say like, you know what? I know what all this is, but I want to have the vibes. But since you have the vibes and the ego inside of you, you creating the internal conflict of communications inside of you. Mercury retrograde is about to turn the energy to your inner self. You to understand yourself better, not with the others. You to see your own faults, you to see your own things. But what actually happens in here, it's happening opposite in life. In life, what's happening is everybody looking towards the others, what the others did wrong. what the others did the things that wasn't right, what the others failed, and what the others live their life. And the 4D, that is a very dangerous part because of what you bring in it in here, and those vibes and those egos. You create a magnetic field on your own by using the vibes. Your emotions becomes vibes. And if you have a negative emotions, you're gonna producing a negative vibes. And those vibes can be crucial, first of all, to yourself, but also to others. Right here, using the vibes in life, it's a very heavy responsibility. You gotta be very careful for what you're creating into. So the communications that goes on and how the fault it goes on into this Mercury retrograde period is you to learn on yourself and focus on you, your inner vibes and your ego of what you need to work on it, not just what somebody on 3D or somebody's trying to manifest things. It is about to turn to your own self, you to look at it deep inside of you. As far as the 5D comes in during the Mercury retrograde, the whole part of the 5D is to let it go of the leftovers from all this. It is about to get off and trust the vibes. Trust the vibes of what though? Of universe. Why? A lot of the people thinking about the communications and the energies out of the universe, but they don't understand when the 5D person says connect to the universe, and they look at you like what? They don't understand. The universe has its own vibes, the vibe inside of you. This is the time when you're looking into the skies. This is the time when you're looking for God. This is the times when you look up. And since we're talking about a 5D and a Mercury retrograde, here is the sun. Right here, that little dot, it's Mercury. Here we have the other planets. And so on. So here is our solar system, right? But our solar system, it's only a little piece of cake within the universe. So whatever is going on in here, on this rock that's got a little thing called moon, we creating this magnetic field. But the parts of the universe come from different galaxies, different time and space, and they have effect over it. And when you trust the universe energy enters you. And when it enters you, whatever is going on with the communications, you leave it up into the universe, because whatever it's meant to be to happen, you understand it's meant to be to happen. And as you say in the Bible, live your life up to God. And that's why a lot of the people don't understand what that's mean, an energy level and the 5D conscious of understanding the way you are. So what happens is when you trust this energy, which is much larger than this magnetic field that it's created here, you find your own peace. But when you find out your own peace, it's because you look at it again inside of your inner self. Inside of your inner self, of you to focus only on this. And that's why the Mercury retrograde is going to be very important about the lessons that we are going to learn into the 5D, about this connection within the universe, so you can grow more and more and more. And don't fight for the things like you're fighting for the things into the 3D, or how you're fighting with the things into the 4D. You're looking at the things to let it go, to be what it's meant to be. And this magnetic field out of the universe is much more stronger than whatever you're thinking is happening in this tiny miny rock called Earth. So to finish it up, is during these periods of Mercury retrograde, since the communication is going to be interrupted, your focus is universe, your focus is yourself, solve your duality. And here in 3D is to focus on yourself, to find your vibes. When you find your vibes wanted to the 3D, you will be able to cross over into a 4D. And if you're in the 4D, you to let it go of everything and focus of the universe, so it can cross into the 5D. And that's why the Mercury retrograde right now, it's a very important you to understand what dimensions are you living into and what you need to do. That is entirely up to you, not to somebody else. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. We'll see what I'm gonna do about more about stuff about the astrology, because the things are changing. And when you're at a change, you have to make sure that the things are right when you go out and put in and out for everybody to have their own benefit. My wish to you is during this retrograde period, which is going to be a very, very special because it's in Pisces. Please be patient with everybody. Be patient with your own self. And if the communications are broke down, focus on you. Don't focus on anything else. And as you know it, my wish to you is you to be loved. So be loved.